off as I am what happened to Selen. You can find her at Dokibird, Dokibird, VTuber. Just search that up and you'll instantly find her. I don't really get why fucking... I honestly, truly do not get why, Niji Sanji had to try and blame her. Not only did they make her work in such a toxic environment, but then they also said almost like, oh, it's your fault that you nearly offed yourself by, sewer side. And that kind of pisses me off that Niji Sanji would even, attempt to say such a thing. Like, they didn't say it directly, but with the wording that they did say it, it was not good. It was not, wording that you'd give to a good employee. That was more like an employee that you'd reprimand or that you really didn't like. Oh, well, she didn't follow the rules of this, and this. Oh, well, she didn't do this, and this. It's like, she has asked constantly. She has asked everybody for the rights of almost everything. Guess who didn't give her the rights? Niji Sanji. So if we're gonna fucking blame her for everything, we should be then blaming Niji Sanji for everything. For not allowing her to go through with things. Oh, but she didn't have the rights to this. Oh, but she didn't have the rights to that. Yeah, but it is stated for a fact that she had rights for the coffee song. The Last Cup of Coffee. The fact that Niji Sanji tried to throw her under the bus and say, oh, but she didn't have the rights to a bunch of other things is completely bullshit. Even if it is absolutely true, they are most likely pointing to that one singular fucking thing, which is annoying as shit. One, because she has talked to Lily Pichu about having the song on, and her manager and her label, and not her label, but the person that made the beat and everything. She's talked to everyone, and guess what? Nothing happened. Niji Sanji still fucking fired her out of complete bullshit. I'm almost gonna say that was a revenge firing, if I'm gonna be honest. There's no way that it's not. Absolutely no way that it's not. And if anybody's like, oh, there's no way that it's a revenge firing, then why the fuck did they fire her in the first place? And then put out a bullshit statement of oh, well, she never followed the rules, she never followed this, she never did this, she never did that, blah, 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 blah. It's like, shut the fuck up, Niji Sanji. You're just showing why everybody hates you. Come on. It's funny to me that now Niji Sanji is trying to fucking, try to backtrack. It's like, no, my boy. No. You cannot backtrack from this shit. Everybody will hold this over your head forever. And any of those Niji talents that fucking never stood by Selen, I don't give a fuck who they are. I am not following them anymore. I'm not talking to them anymore. If you could see your friend in such a toxic situation and you don't help out, and then she goes to kill herself, and then you're just sitting idly by, working for the company that made her do that, I don't give a fuck who... I don't give a fuck if Vox was one of the people and he still constantly works for... I'm using Vox as a sort of because he's Niji Sanji's favorite, essentially. And I mean, that's basically shown through both the men and the women that he's the favorite. But yeah, it kind of pisses me off that Niji Sanji would do such a horrible thing to their talent. And, well, it doesn't surprise me at all one bit. Companies are companies, they'll always fucking act as people are expendable, and then you could just throw them away as if they are nothing. That's the way companies are meant to be. But yeah, it's just fucking... It's an absolute shame that she had to go through such a horrible experience. And as a fellow Canadian, I can absolutely understand and relate to how she fucking feels working for an absolutely garbage company that does not care for her. I have worked for that type of company before. Not VTuber, but mine was a chicken shop that never gave a fuck about anybody but themselves. And all they cared about was money. They never cared about your health. They never cared about anything else. So yeah. just quickly taking a hoot from my bong. But, oh my god, that pissed me off when I heard that Selen would be fired, because I I always had that thought that she'd be fired. I never knew when it was gonna happen, but I always had the feeling of like, there's no way she's gone since December 25th and she's just perfectly okay after she's been hospitalized. There's no fucking way. And Niji Sanji with their bullshit, oh yeah, I'm okay, blah blah blah, acting or pretending to be Selen. That is absolutely fucking disgusting. The only way I will believe that it wasn't them is Selen comes out and was like, oh no, that one tweet on December 25th saying that I got my phone back was me. That's the only time I'll ever believe her. And that fucking stupid company that she used to work for, I am so glad that she got out of that company. That company is one of the worst companies that I've ever seen. Hololive is bad, but Niji Sanji is even worse. Like, I'm saying like 100 times worse, with how I've heard so many goddamn stories from people from that company. Not personally, like first-hand stories, but more so like, oh, this is what I went through, and they put out a YouTube video about it, or like they put out an Instagram post or a Facebook post, or you know, some sort of post showing them like, hey, this was actually me. I was said person over here. But yeah, it's just so fucking nuts to me that Niji Sanji would do such a thing. It's not like surprising to me in the least, seeing how Niji Sanji treats their talents. It's just more so a surprise that they tried to blame her and get away with it. Like, come on, we're not gonna allow you to get away with that, you motherfuckers. Get the hell out of here with that bullshit. That's one thing that I've always hated about Niji Sanji, is that they will try their best to get out of fucking situations, but they'll always make things worse by putting BS claims and all that other fucking shit. And, well, that's why they will always be a quote-unquote black company for me. Just nothing but a black pit of bullshit and incessant garbage that they keep putting out. I in no way hate the talents at all. I hate the company itself. The company of Niji Sanji deserves to crumble and fall. Whether that's good or bad for the talents, I'm sorry, but it's truth. That company needs to go down. They've done so much fucked up shit to so many different people, and they just are allowed to get away with it. I might I might end my live stream here, because that's essentially all I wanted to rant about. There's not really anything else to rant about, just what happened to Selen. Other than that, I posted a video on TikTok, and it was about how, you know, my brother got kicked out of the family. And all I said in the very beginning was, well, you know, people with like a sort of, when you look into their eyes, they have no emotion. They're like voided of emotion, thoughts, feelings, love, care, tenderness. Like, they have nothing behind their eyes. You look behind their eyes, and it's a black void of nothingness. And I essentially referenced that without referencing anything else that happened of why he really got kicked out. And then a bunch of fucking comments were like, "Oh, well, that makes no sense. Why would you kick somebody out for nothing? For having only that?" And I was like, "No, it's not for only having that." And then somebody made a reply video being like, "That's why you soft-ass, pathetic motherfuckers don't deserve to be in this world, because you guys kick everybody out for no fucking reason, unfairly, unjustly, meh, meh, meh." And I replied to that person's video, and I was like, he got kicked out because he did coke, he did meth, he did pills, he did ecstasy, he did heroin, he did PCP, he did fucking shrooms, he did aerosol cans where he huffed them in, and what the fuck are those things? Not aerosol cans, they're oven cleaners. He huffed oven cleaners too, all to get high. And people wonder why we kicked him out. That wasn't the reason. It was because he told my grandma that he was gonna kill her if she didn't shut her mouth. And then my dad walked in and was like, shut your fucking mouth. If you say that ever again to my mother, I'm gonna put your head through this table. Yeah, that's why I got kicked out. But a lot of people open their mouths on the internet and want to assume that they know everything because, you know, they're all a bunch of investigative journalists that know everything, and apparently, fuck. That's why I really hate the internet sometimes, because of those fucking know-it-all assholes that are like, oh, but I would do this, but I would do that in that situation. That's why I would teach my children like this. And it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, honestly, earnestly, please, shut the fuck up. You don't even know what the hell you're talking about. I think, yeah, that's everything I wanted to talk about, if I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of getting really tired, so I think I might go to sleep, so... Alright, talk to you guys later. I just wanted to let you guys get